I'm Evo Dan, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you some alternative player respawns and vehicle respawn using a mixture of editor modules and place markers. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create some markers. So I'm going to go to the map, place this marker down, and I'm going to rename this respawn_west. Okay, that's going to be the Camp Maxwell spawn. Now I'm going to create a second respawn here at Camp Tempest. I'm going to name this respawn_west 2. Now you can have as many respawns as you want per side, but you've just got to name them respawn west and then have something else at the end and it knows. Now, the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a vehicle here. I'm going to set it to empty. Let's put a car here. There's the Hunter. And I'm going to use the editor module. So under Systems, Multiplayer, Spawn Position, based on the respawn, I'm going to double click it, open it, give it a name. I'm just going to call it Hunter Respawn. Call it whatever you want to call it, MHQ. Set the type to Infantry. I'm going to set it to Blue 4 in this case. You can set it obviously to Op 4 Independent or Civilian. Show it to everybody so they can all see where it is. And we can leave this as it is for now. Okay. So then next thing I'm going to do is synchronize that to the car. Then this car becomes a respawn location. Now, word of warning. If you use this editor respawn module, I recommend that you have at least one map marker. Sometimes in join in progress, it can break the respawn completely. It's just something we've had from experience. Now, next thing we want to do is go to attributes. There. We want to change the respawn. So I want to change the respawn to respawn on custom position. And in the options, what I want to do is I want to select respawn position. So this lets you, when you respawn, select the location. Okay, I'm going to tick that box, set to 5 seconds. See, nothing else has been changed. Press OK. I'm going to save this and I'm going to export to multiplayer. So now I'm going to jump to the server and I'll show you the rest. Okay, so I'm just about to start the mission. So now what I do is I press continue. As you can see, marker here, marker here, marker here. I'm going to press continue. And it gives me the option to select my respawn. So I can respawn on the marker, Camp Tempest, spawn at Camp Maxwell, or respawn on the Hunter. So I'm going to respawn on the Hunter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly drive. As you can see in a minute, you'll be able to see that the mission marker, the respawn marker, has moved car. I'll just drive it down onto this road down here. Like so. Right. Quickly go to the map. As you can see, spawn marker's moved. If I respawn, I can respawn at the Hunter, this new location. Now you can swap between any of these as you want. So, there you've got that working. That's a nice simple way you can have an MHQ, so when you respawn, you can respawn at the MHQ instead of respawning straight at the base and then having to be moved back or wherever. It gives you a bit more dynamics with your mission. So I'm going to go back to the editor now and I'm going to show you vehicle respawn. Okay, now I'm back in the editor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a vehicle respawn to this. So I'm going to go back to Systems, Multiplayer. This time I'm going to use vehicle respawn. Place that down. I'm going to double click this. So we're going to set 10 seconds as the delay. We're not going to set a deserted distance, as it says in the description. It'll force respawn if there's no player within a distance. We're not going to limit the number of tickets here, so we're just going to leave that blank. We don't want to really pass any expressions here. Don't really tend to use that. Now, position. You've got all these choices, which can be blue form respawn markers, so that's the actual markers. Can be a bit clunky. Respawn where it starts, but where it is destroyed. But what I tend to do is just leave it as starting position. So that where you started is where it spawns. Random position, we can leave that away like this, because we've only got one location. and we're not using the multiple respawns. So then the next option is do what you want to do with the wreck. So you can delete with an explosive effect, or just blow the thing up, just quietly delete it, or you can preserve the wreck while respawning. This could have issues using the preserve if there's something in the way. Same with delete with an explosive effect. If there's something nearby, it'll damage nearby objects. So if it's respawning at the base, just be careful. Probably best just to quietly delete it after the time. Gonna enable the notification states respawn. You can just disable it or enable it. Force the respawn, like it says, to do it when it's synchronized. And respawn when disabled. So if it's mobilized, you can tell it to respawn after the time delay. We're not going to bother with that. So I'm going to press OK on that. And then I'm going to just synchronize this the vehicle. Now what's important is for every vehicle that you want to respawn, you have its own vehicle respawn. Same with the respawn position. Otherwise this vehicle respawn is shared between all those vehicles. So it doesn't respawn any of them until all of them are dead and need to respawn if you synchronize this to more than one car. So I was going to place another car here, like so. I would, in the end, create a different respawn like this, and that would then respawn them independently. So if this car was destroyed, it would respawn after the 10 seconds. If this car was respawned, it would killed, it would respawn after 10 seconds. Now, the other nice thing about using this is this respawn position for the players still be attached to this vehicle when it is respawned. So it will delete it off the dead vehicle and it'll add it to the new vehicle. So if this respawns back at base and you've used it as an MHQ, this will automatically make sure it is still a respawn position. Very handy if you want to make an MHQ that you know is going to get destroyed, because as soon as it respawns, it'll make it an MHQ again. Okay, so just to show you this, I'm going to place the tank down like so. Okay. And now I'm going to export this back to multiplayer, and I'm going to transition back to multiplayer so I can show you the respawn in action. Okay. Now, vehicle respawn actually works out having to go into multiplayer, but I'm going to show you the player respawn as well, so I'm going to jump back to multiplayer. So now I'm back in multiplayer. You can see that I can respawn on the hunter, which I'll do. Spawns me in the car. I'm going to get out. I'm going to run over to the tank. Get in the tank as the gunner. Lower the range. Blow the car up. Then we're just going to wait the 10 seconds. And there we go. The vehicle's deleted and the hunter has respawned. I'm going to get out the tank and I'm going to respawn to show you that the respawn still works. As you can see, the respawn's back here. And I'm back in. Simple. And of course this car didn't respawn at all. So what I'm going to do is jump back in the tank, destroy it, and show you that that one only respawns on its own. Yep, like so. Blow the car up. Then I'm going to pop into third person and show you. 10 seconds, it'll respawn. Like so. Anyway, that's this for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to post the link to the mission file in the description. If you've got any suggestions for further tutorials, just post a comment. And I'll see you next time.